Tonight on News 3 New Mexico, we have a special feature story on a national issue.
And what does the weather look like this weekend? Find out in my full weather forecast.
And we have footage from the state basketball tournament. News 3 New Mexico starts right now.
This is News 3 New Mexico, your local source for news, sports, and first weather.
Good evening and welcome to News 3 New Mexico. I'm Marilyn Upchurch. According to a press release, Xcel Energy's Solar Connect program has opened for enrollment, providing customers with the option to invest in solar energy by purchasing all or part of their monthly electricity needs from a newly constructed solar facility near Clovis. Mike McLeod, Regional Manager for Community and Economic Development in Roswell, said, quote, "It's a convenient option for customers who have considered adding solar panels to their rooftops but don't care to invest the time and money into buying and maintaining a rooftop system," end quote. For more information on current year pricing and enrollment forms for Solar Connect, you can visit www.xlenergy.com/renewables. After people weren't able to travel due to the pandemic for more than a year, millions are expected to hit the road for a much-needed post-pandemic vacation this summer. Finding gas may be difficult because tanker truck drivers needed to deliver the gas to stations are in short supply. According to the National Tank Truck Carriers, somewhere between 20% to 25% of tank trucks are parked due to a shortage of qualified drivers. At this point in 2019, only 10% of trucks were sitting idle for that reason. This year, the IRS postponed the tax filing and payment deadline for most individuals to May 17th. This means you have 10 days to get your tax returns filed. IRS Commissioner Chuck Redding said in a statement, quote, "Filing electronically with direct deposit is the quickest way to get refunds, and it can help some taxpayers more quickly receive any remaining stimulus payments they may be entitled to," end quote. The IRS also said Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana residents who were victims of the February winter storms have until June 15th, 2021 to file various individual and business tax returns and make tax payments. For more information, you can visit irs.gov. Well, Scott, it looks pretty crazy out there. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I know that you will let us know.
That's right, Marilyn. You know, I stepped outside about a half hour ago and I was not expecting what we're seeing right now, you know. Very high wind speeds. Right. It's really crazy out there. So let's go take a look at the maps. So what the maps are saying is we are in a handy dandy severe weather warning. We can expect thunderstorms as well as very high wind speed, and we just want to let you guys know to be safe out there if you guys do decide to travel. And that is all the weather I have for you right now. Back to Marilyn at the desk.
Top health and licensing regulators announced Wednesday in a letter to authorized cannabis businesses that New Mexico will stop charging sales tax on amounts of medical marijuana and begin revising limits on pot cultivation June 29th in steps toward legalization of recreational marijuana. Medical marijuana businesses last month voiced concerns about a potential shortage during the transition to a legal recreational market if authorities don't move soon to lift a limit on the number of marijuana plants that each business can grow. Democratic Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham enacted legislation last month that outlines the oversight, licensing, and taxation of recreational cannabis. A Colorado police officer who shot a suspected gunman during a shooting inside a grocery store has been cleared of any wrongdoing. The Boulder County District Attorney announced Thursday that Boulder police officer Richard Steedle will not face criminal charges. 10 people, including a police officer and a store manager, were killed in the mass shooting at a King Soopers supermarket in Boulder on March 22nd. Steedle shot the suspect in the right thigh during the incident. The DA credits him with effectively putting a stop to the mayhem inside the supermarket. The suspect survived and is charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder. Peloton announced it is recalling thousands of its treadmills Wednesday. About 125,000 treadmills plus and tread devices are included in the recall. The Consumer Product Safety Commission issued a warning about the equipment last month and requested that the company issue a recall. It noted that one child died and 70 others were injured in incidents tied to the treadmills. Peloton refused the recall at first, but Wednesday its CEO issued an apology and admitted it was a mistake to push back against the CPSC's request. A major 395,000 preservation project is underway in an area of southern New Mexico that was once the stomping grounds of Billy the Kid and Sheriff Pat Garrett. Officials with the New Mexico Department of Cultural Affairs announced there are 6 buildings included in the project, including the Lincoln County Courthouse, best known as the location of Billy the Kid's final escape in April 1881, and the John Tunstall store. Constructed in 1877, the building stood at the center of the Lincoln County War. Adobe specialists are working to stabilize the building's foundation to ensure that visitors can safely walk in the footsteps of Tunstall and the regulators who were committed to avenging Billy the Kid's death. Stay tuned for weather with Scott after the break, but first, here's a look at today's financial markets.
Welcome back, Eastern New Mexico. This is Scott Haas, and this is your full weather report. So, taking a look at the satellite and radar, we can see that there is quite a bit of precipitation moving its way down to the east coast, also containing quite a bit of cloud coverage. If we take a look over towards the Pacific Northwest, we can see that Portland and Oregon and all those top states up there are also being heavily populated with quite a bit of rain. Now, let's take a look at New Mexico, where we can also see quite a bit of precipitation in the north part of the state. We are also having scattered rain showers down in the southeast part of the state. Taking a look down to the southeast, we can see that this precipitation may be hitting Portales as we speak. As I said earlier in the first weather report, we can expect to see high wind speeds as well as precipitation. Now let's take a look at some of those wind speeds. So as of right now, we can see there is quite a bit of colors on the board. We see 20 to 25, even 30, and even up to 40 to 50 mile per hour winds throughout the state. As we progress into Saturday, we can also see that it will be increasing, and the majority of the state will be in that 20 to 30 mile per hour area, with some exceptions of the 40 to 50 mile per hour area. As we move into Sunday, we can see that the wind will calm down quite a bit at about 10, maybe 15, 20 miles per hour. So we're holding out for that Sunday. All right, let's take a look at some of these current temperatures. As we can see, 74 in Raton, 74 in Clayton, and 76 in Tucumcari. We're going to take a look down to the southwest, 90 in TRC, 86 in Silver City, and 92 in Cruces. And we'll wrap it up with the southeast at 84 in Clovis, 83 in Portales, 91 in Roswell, and 90 in Hobbs. All right, let's take a look at tonight's highs. As we can expect 44 in Santa Fe, 53 in Albuquerque, and 52 in Socorro. Moving to the southeast, we're going to be expecting 49 in Clovis, 51 in Portales, and 56 down in Hobbs. All right, and let's take a look at tomorrow's highs. We can expect to see 89 in Cruces and Alamogordo, 86 in TRC, and 85 in Socorro. Taking a look to the southeast, 88 in Portales and Clovis and Tucumcari as well, and a crispy 91 down in Hobbs. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. As we can see, we can be expecting a pretty hot Saturday at 92, 87 on Sunday, 85 on Monday. We will be towards the middle of the week experiencing some temperatures in the low 70s, 82, and wrapping it up with a crispy 86 on Friday. And taking a look at Portales, we can see pretty much the same story at 89 on Saturday, 79 on Sunday, 73, and we will be dipping down to 66 degrees on Tuesday, 72 on Wednesday, and wrapping the weekend up with a crispy 85.
Well, I am excited that it's raining out there or doing whatever it's doing, but of course, in Portales, you always want to be careful while driving, especially when it's raining.
Right.
You know, I try not to get on the road when it's kind of crazy out there. But after this break, we have a special feature story you do not want to miss. This semester, I spoke to professionals about human sex trafficking across New Mexico. This is what they had to say about the tragic reality. In New Mexico, there's an epidemic all in itself. Human sex trafficking, which is often overlooked.
There is a demand in our state and across the United States for sex with kids. Like, this is a problem. This is the kind of crime that can happen to your daughter, to your son. This absolutely can. When you look at our state, our hotspots are right on the border. So right there by Las Cruces, El Paso, and the Mexico border. We have a hotspot right there on our eastern border that we share with Texas around that big oil field that's there. What we've seen is labor camps, basically, or man camps raising up there, and then sex trafficking is increasing there. And then we see sex trafficking on the Navajo Nation. So then if we go up to that northwest corner of New Mexico. Also, Albuquerque, as our population center, we're naturally going to have more trafficking because we just have more people. But we are also generally the top venue in the state for large events. So things like the Gathering of Nations, International Balloon Fiesta, the State Fair, all of those are large population events. And so those are events where there's going to be an increase in trafficking as well.
Every single truck stop in the country is a trafficking hotbed. Why? It's transient. Pimps go there. They know they can pick up a customer. They know if they pick up a customer, this customer is just rolling through. They're going to get the girl in that truck. The customer will roll through 15, 20 miles down the road. They'll meet up again. This is in Albuquerque, in the neighborhoods of Albuquerque. The familiar trafficking, it is in the affluent neighborhoods. It is in the private schools and the public schools. It's in the church community. Okay, that's where it's hidden in plain sight, and that's where the crime is growing the fastest.
New Mexico has had very little legislation around the crime of sex trafficking. A recent New Mexico bill, House Bill 56, improves the lives of human trafficking victims and increases the penalties for traffickers.
Right now, our state kind of, if you're only just convicted of trafficking, it's a 3-year sentence. And I'm sorry, that is not enough time for the selling of a human.
Victims every year make so much money for these traffickers. And the victims don't see any of that, the money they earned. So with this House bill, it's going to help victims get that money back. The victims are forced to participate, like in shoplifting, stealing cars. So with that bill, it's going to help the victims not be accountable for the crimes that they were forced to participate in.
There are really good laws, but a law means nothing unless it's enforced. There are as many people for the sexual exploitation of children in this country as there are people against it. There's a lot of people that want to normalize pedophilia, that want to give pedophiles rights. There's a lot of people in legislature in DC, in the House and the Senate, in State House and Senate, that are writing laws to protect the predator.
Who can be the predators and who are the victims?
Who's buying children? Everybody. Everybody. And I mean everybody, not every human being, but every sector of society. It's the pastor, the police chief, the sitting U.S. senator, the janitor, the guy next door, the school principal. It's every job description has been arrested on this.
There are a lot of male traffickers. However, there are a lot of female traffickers. Trafficking doesn't just happen to girls and women. It absolutely does happen to boys. It absolutely does happen to men. And one population that is really vulnerable to trafficking is the LGBTQ community.
To watch the full video, please visit our YouTube and Facebook page. For more information relating to trafficking, you can go to the LifeLink New Mexico Dream Center and First Nations. Well, Scott, you have been busy with high school sports and high school spotlight and filming the state tournaments. How did that go for you?
You know, me and Kiki have both gone out and shot like 2 games this week, or 2 or 3 games this week, and I gotta say, like, they've all been just amazing. There's been so much pressure, so much on the line, and these girls are giving it all they got. And you know, awesome. One's about to come out on Saturday, and we're very excited to see that.
I'm glad you guys got to go see that. Stay tuned for High School Spotlight with Scott after this break.
Welcome back, sports fans, to the special edition of High School Spotlight. This is Scott Haas, and today we are bringing you the matchup between the Gallup Bengals and the Portales Rams. The Bengals get it going with some ball movement, and it's number 32 who drains the 3. The Lady Rams will respond, however, and as Tegan Faust almost loses control, she finds a wide open Kylie Patton underneath and she'll put 2 more up on the board. Back on that same end, this time it's Terrace Rippey who drives hard in the lane and lays it in. The Bengals looking like a passing clinic on this next play, and a nice post move from number 40, Haley Long, gets her first points of the night while also drawing the and one foul, and she will go to the line to complete this old school 3-point play. After the first, Gallup is up 17-8. The Rams need to close the gap at the start of the second, and they sure start off strong. That's Faust again. This time it's a nice baseline drive. Again with the passes from the Bengals, and a nice shot from number 12, Kennedy Smiley. She'll put up 3 more for Gallup. Check out this nice move from number 3, Esther Cowboy, as she gives a pump fake, step back, while eventually finding the bottom of the net. Here on this transition, the Bengals take advantage of the backside of the Rams defense and find a wide open Long right at the bucket. Faust here again, working with Patton down below, and she'll put 2 more up for the Rams. And it's Faust again, but this time showing off some great defense as she gets this steal and takes it coast to coast to the rim. Finishing off this first half, Gallup is now up by 8. The score at halftime is 37-29. The Bengals defense is prominent starting off the second half, and it's a cherry pick pass to Smiley. She's got the open lane straight to the hoop. This inbounds play is too easy for number 32, Jordan Joe, as she puts up the open runner. The Rams now in transition, and it's Rippey who decides to take this one all on her own, putting it up for 2 more. Staying on offense, Faust gets it in the lane and shows a nice up and under basket and gets it straight to the glass and in. It's the Rams offense again as they try to keep their run going. Rippey again for 2. The Bengals are finally able to respond, and a nice lob pass to Joe enables her to get another bucket. On this next play, it's Long working her magic in the paint as she draws the and one foul and completes another 3-point play at the line. On this last play of the third, Rippey finds the lane once again, and a nice spin move helps her find the rim. The Rams close the gap here as they are only down by 7. And here's about where the Bengals start to pull away in this final quarter as Joe finds the bottom of the net and drains this one for 3 more. It's Patton on the other end who pulls this post move right out of her pocket and is successful. That's not enough for her though, as we see another nice move from Patton and she'll get 2 more. The Rams really keeping this one interesting, and Rippey shows another nice drive in the lane and she'll find the glass. Staying on this same end, it's number 23, Madison Blakey, with a nice pump fake and jump shot. The Bengals back on offense here as Long uses some post moves of her own and lays this one up for 2 more. Someone we haven't quite seen from yet, but no worries, as number 24, Kenzie Davis, gets this one in for 3. Also another name we haven't quite heard yet, it's Riley Schilling with some aggressive defense as she gets the steal and takes it coast to coast for the layup. On this next play, Joe displays her strength as this baseball pass finds a wide open Long on the other end. Trying to top off this victory, the Bengals make a passing error as Faust comes away with the steal and gets the layup. However, it's too little too late.
We'll be back with one last look at weather with Scott after the break. Well, Scott, I'm wondering when this weather is going to pass us, and is it going to stay over the weekends? What do you have?
What I have for you is some pretty good news. As I was saying earlier, we can't expect this crazy wind to pretty much stop by, well, I won't say completely stop, but it'll slow down quite a bit by around 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight. Yep. So hopefully we get a nice clear sky tonight.
Awesome, that's exciting.
We can also see, if we take a look at our weekend planner, it is raining in Carlsbad right about now, but it is a crisp 79. On Saturday, it will be a little windy, but we can expect about 90 degrees and 87 on Sunday with a whole lot of sun. Taking a look at Santa Rosa, we can see the temperature is pretty cool at 68 on Friday, 83 on Saturday, and 73 on Sunday. And that is all the weather I have for you on this final break.
It's celebrated on the first Friday in May. Former astronaut and Senator John Glenn made International Space Day an annual event in 2001. While you can't actually celebrate in outer space, You can spend Friday night gazing up at the stars looking for remnants of one of the most famous comets. Halley's Comet, it made its last pass through the inner solar system in 1986 and is not due back until the summer of 2061. Although Thursday night was its peak, you'll still be able to spot some shooting stars if you look up into the night sky. How do astronauts keep in touch with their buddies?
I don't know how.
Well, I'll tell you how. If I can see the teleprompter. Through Facebook.
Wow.
That was our last newscast of the semester. Thank you all so much for watching. In the meantime, make sure to keep in touch with us on News New Mexico, our Facebook page, and YouTube. Thank you so much.